Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to 40 Days with Dietrich. Hope that you've been enjoying your journey through Lent thus far with the profound and sometimes provocative words of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Today's passage is taken from A Testament to Freedom. The title given to this is Standing with the Enemy. Dietrich writes, "Pray for those who hate and persecute you. This is the supreme demand. Through the medium of prayer, we go to our enemies, stand by their side, and plead for them to God. Jesus does not promise that when we bless our enemies and do good to them, they will not despitefully use and persecute us. They certainly will. But not even that can hurt or overcome us, so long as we pray for them. For if we pray for them, we are taking their distress and poverty, their guilt and perdition upon ourselves, and pleading to God for them. We are doing vicariously for them what they cannot do for themselves. Every insult they utter only serves to bind us more closely to God and them. Their persecution of us only serves to bring them nearer to reconciliation with God and to further the triumphs of love." I quite like this passage. I like how he articulates the radicalness of that call. That's obviously a word from the Sermon on the Mount. Pray for those who persecute you. It's something that I think Bonhoeffer really sat with a lot in his writing and in his time. And it's something that so easy can be given lip service to in our day. Oh yeah, we'll pray for those who persecute us. Or we use it as we twist it sometimes, don't we? We twist it into a word of condemnation. Well, I'll pray for you, right? Or something like that. And that's obviously not what Jesus intends. And that's not what Bonhoeffer is trying to get at here. The other error that we could make is sometimes thinking, well, if we pray for our enemies, then in short order, that they're just going to become our friends, or they're just going to stop what's going on. And what Bonhoeffer wants to say is listen, let's be real here. When we pray for those who are against us, when we pray for our enemies, and let's be honest, we all have enemies. We all have people that we would classify as someone for whom we would rather not be around, not associate with, or is completely the opposite of who we are. And so we all have that. And it's not that when we begin to pray for them that they all of a sudden are going to stop being our enemy. Bonhoeffer says no. Of course they're still going to be despitefully use us and persecute us. For Jesus, talking to the disciples and Israel in the midst of the Roman occupation, it wasn't like the Roman soldiers are just going to wake up one day and think, I shouldn't be doing this. It was still going to be a reality that they lived out. And yet, on a deeper level, what Jesus is saying, what Bonhoeffer wants to bring out, is that what you are doing is that you are working for their redemption, not for their condemnation. You're working for their blessing in the presence of God, right? So Bonhoeffer has this lovely say to say that when you pray for them, you're taking their distress, you're taking their guilt, their perdition, you're taking their hurt, maybe, because sometimes aggression comes from a place of hurt. You're taking all of that upon yourself, and you're pleading to God for them. You're not pleading for yourself, right? You're not saying, oh God, change them so that I don't get, so that I'm not on the receiving end of whatever it is. You're saying, God, just bless them. Do good to them. Love them. And so Bonhoeffer says we do vicariously for them what they might not be doing for themselves. So you're standing in this radical place where you refuse to let hatred and resentment and evil define your thoughts and your picture of someone. You're in this radical place where you choose to see others, even those who are enemies, as people loved by God and redeemed by Jesus. And so in that place, you begin to pray for them. To pray that the light and love and blessing of Jesus be met in their life. And that's just not a fanciful thing. That's not just something nice we say. Bonhoeffer says that what that actually does is fundamentally bring them near to reconciliation with God and to the furtherance of their triumph of love. Who might that be for you? Who might be the person that you see as your enemy? Is it a family member? Is it a coworker? Is it somebody on the other theological spectrum as you are? You are for this, they're for that. You believe this, they believe that. Is it another race, ethnic identity? Who is it for you? What would it look like to enter into fervent prayer for them? And a prayer that isn't just about change them to be more like me, but a fervent prayer that takes up their blessing and says, God bless them. That, Bonhoeffer says, is the triumph of love and is the way of Jesus. God bless you as you journey through your season of Lent, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.